Who is Carlos Prates? Carlos Prates is a UFC fighter, a fighting nerd who embodies the Muay Thai style. He uses his left hand and left leg to great efficiency, whilst being a southpaw in the UFC welterweight division. He has got 4 KOs in all of his tenures, and even if you look at the UFC YouTube page, the first thing that comes up is he finishes everyone. So let's take a look. He loves to build into the fight. When you watch Carlos Prates, he builds into the fight slowly until he gets to his finish. He will set traps, he will use feints, but he is not a counter striker. He loves to aggress using that space and learning tendencies. Carlos Prates has insane power. You see this in his left leg, you see this with his 1-2, you see this with his left hand. Shots that don't even look like they hit or don't even look like they landed very hard or slump opponents out cold, and it's insane. Carlos Prates is a very big problem. However, he is a Muay Thai fighter and he's had a very extensive Muay Thai career, large kickboxing career, so obviously he has a weakness in the grappling, and you can see this as he was taken down by the first guy he fought on Dana White Contender Series. However, he did manage to use butterfly hooks in order to reverse the position, and you can see that his training with people like Caio Borralho and John Silver in the grappling is massively expanding his skill set, as people like Caio Borralho is a jiu-jitsu fighter first, judo and jiu-jitsu fighter first, before becoming a striker. So, with Carlos Prates approaching UFC Kansas City against Ian Garry, Carlos versus Garry, the big talking point is, can Garry take him down? I've been talking to many people and most people pick Garry by, he's just gonna maul him, man. He's just gonna take him down and stink it up and win a 5-round decision. However, I asked them, when have you ever seen Garry maul someone and take them down? Against MVP, he caught a kick and managed to take him down. And whenever MVP was taken down, that's because he made very simple mistakes. He didn't grab a wizard, so Garry got his back. Right? We saw Garry on Rakhmanov's back. Rakhmanov missed something, he didn't grab a wizard, lad. This isn't pure skill. I'm ducking under. I'm doing jiu-jitsu transitions, taking people's backs. It's MVP didn't put a wizard in. He didn't try fight the body lock. So Carlos Prates is not going to be one of those guys who completely fails. However, now as we see in his stance, he typically has low hands as even when he enters the pocket. This is very useful in case he wants to down block or sprawl an opponent's shot, and also helps setting traps. This is also very helpful because he is a southpaw, which means he doesn't need to have his lead hand up as religiously as a conventional or orthodox fighter would need to. Against Trevin Giles was having a lot of success, but when he was shooting takedowns, that low lead hand was being very useful for Carlos Prates. It was helping him block, down block, helping him grapple in a clinch, helping him not just immediately get taken down. And even in that fight, DC was talking about, you gotta wrestle singles, you can't do doubles. Don't understand that one, but yeah, you do you. But Carlos Prates was pressed up against the fence, using his low arm to make sure he doesn't get taken down immediately. So, with that out of the way, Carlos Prates' stand-up is pretty good, but where are the holes? Where is the game plan that can beat him? People are saying that Carlos Prates is unbeatable, but I think that Trevin Giles has helped expose flaws that may help create a game plan. Now, if we watch the Trevin Giles fight, he was blitzing like Dracula. He was blitzing in throwing punches, and trying to take Carlos Prates' head off. If you've watched Leon versus Bilal 2, you saw Bilal using that combination boxing because he has hands like Canelo in order to create an opening so that he can take Leon down and dump him on his head. I believe that, therefore, a nightmare matchup for Carlos Prates, funnily enough, is the decision merchant Bilal. So how do I see this fight going? I believe that fun will prevail and Carlos Prates will win by 1-2 down the pipe in the second or third round after losing the first to control time by getting his kick caught.